Hey, it's Jay again with Simple City Trading, and I wanted to go over some setups that happened this morning on the Dow Mini and the Russell Mini. Right after, actually, these were pre-market and then happened pretty early this morning. But I just want to show, this is actually, I'm going to demonstrate a scalping time frame. And this is kind of my go-to time frame. It just depends, what's your style? What are you comfortable with? Do you like quick trades? Do you want to be in a little bit longer? Do you like to go for bigger targets? Do you use small stops? Do you want to use larger stops? And it just depends. And this strategy, it's flexible. It can meet a lot of different trading styles. And I just wanted to go over this one because it's more of the scalping technique, and this is kind of my go-to. It's the first thing that I'm going to look at for a setup, because I usually like to get the very first trade after the first signal, either the first, second, maybe the third. And so we'll go into that right now. Also, if you are watching this for the first time, you will want to go to my page here, Simple City Trading, and I will put a link to this in the video. But what you're going to want to do is watch this video right here first, and it's going to explain how all the setups work. And then this won't be confusing because it's going to make perfect sense once you watch that video. All right. So this is the Dow E-mini. And we have our high time frame chart here on the left, and then our trading time frame here on the right. And what I've done here is I wanted to show what this looks like when the trade setup is happening. So if you watch that first video, as a general rule, okay, there are variances, but as a general rule, the first thing I'm looking for is for price to either close above or below this moving average, okay, the white line. So I'm looking at this specific situation right here where this bar is going to close below this white line. And once that happens and I have a red on my confirmation, I'm going to start looking right here in time for a selling opportunity. It doesn't mean I'm just selling blindly, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to jump over here to our low time frame and look for an entry signal, assuming that our conditions for that are met. And here's what it looks like. So right here in time, I've marked this red line here. Okay, so you can see that my cursor over here it's moving on this chart. So I just want you to see that it's lined up right here where we get that signal. I've got this red line. And so once I've got that, I know that anything after this point in time is potentially a sell opportunity if I meet the criteria that I'm looking for. So the first thing I'm looking for is, once I know that I want to sell, okay, I've eliminated buy and I've eliminated doing nothing. Okay, there is something happening here, and if I want to participate in it, I want to be on the side of the sellers. Okay, and that's what this technique is designed to do. We're trying to go with order flow. We're trying to identify a direction and trade in that, to trade the idea that the market will continue in that direction. All right, so I'm looking for, again, this white line. I want to come above into the upper black box. So we'll move this forward in time, and then right there you will notice that we're going into the upper black box. So this is letting me know it's time to start paying attention, and I need to be in front of my computer when this is happening, because it's just a matter of time before I get that signal. And the only thing I'm waiting for right now is a red close on my confirmation, which is right there. So I get a red close, and I'm going to enter on the open of this bar right there. And that would look like this. So I'm entering here. This is just a little calculator that tells me how many ticks are going for or against me. So right here I'm at 0 ticks. And the market is going in my favor. And the first thing I'm going to wait for is this. If I get a blue bar here, that could be my first exit. Opportunity. Okay. And then depending on how I manage that trade, I could hold on for a larger target, say for example down here. Okay, so on my first trade I could get 14 ticks, 70 ticks, okay, so on and so forth. So that would be the first setup. Here's another one, but we were already in this trade from here, so I wouldn't be re-entering. I would just be managing that first trade, and then we'll see what happens here. If it, okay, right there we get another situation where we're into the black box, and now what I'm doing, I'm just going to wait for that red bar on my confirmation here. Right there. All right. So we would enter right here in time, and then we would manage that trade, waiting for a blue bar down here. So my exit could be right there, 17 ticks, or I could also, you know, take one contract off and manage the rest of the trade down for a, you know, more significant target down there. Okay, and this is a scalping time frame, but you can see here we're still getting some decent sized ticks out of this. All right, so that is the Dow. Let's look at the Russell, and this chart pretty much looks the same. The setups happen at the same exact time, and the chart almost looks exactly the same here. So right here we've got our price closing below. We cross below the white line, so right here in time I want to start looking for those sell opportunities, and in time that's right here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm waiting for what? I'm waiting for my white line to go into the black box, and then I'm just gonna wait for this red signal down here. Simple. Right here would be the entry, and then we would wait for a blue bar, and that would occur right there. Okay. And then depending on how you want to manage that trade, you could have a second exit, say here, or here, or, you know, if you're still holding that trade, you can use any one of these blue opportunities to get out of that trade. Okay, any one of these blue bars, just depending on how you want to manage your setups there. So those are the setups. You can see there's a couple more coming in here, here, here. So it looks like we would have some entries somewhere right in here. And then that chart continues to dip as well. Okay, so a lot of good sell opportunities there. Just wanted to show that scalping time frame. Put another video out just so you keep kind of reviewing this concept and see what the chart looks like before, what does it look like after, where would the entries be, where would the exits be, and so on and so forth. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you.